Well, all right, guys, welcome back to Channel Chris. Today we're back on the Yellow Ranger out here, and I've been working away a little bit. Let me show you guys what we got going on. I got everything plumbed in, I think last night. Today I've done the wiring, so we got all the wiring done. I joined both reds together to the compressors and ran the red straight. You can kind of see it there. I've got to tuck it all a little bit more, and it goes all the way up to the battery. All right, let's see, I'll show you here. And we've got a little fuse on it right here. All right, and then the negative, the black wire on the compressors, I ran them, got both of them, ran them, tied them together, and then ran a pigtail from them over to, you're going to have a pressure sensor right there. I tied both of these together and then put a pigtail on them and ran it over to the bottom of this. And then from there, we got a black wire, and I ran it over, and it goes all the way up to, I'm going to put a toggle switch in here. So in case there's ever a leak or anything, these things just keep running and running. You'll be able to flip the switch off and save your battery. So we'll run the black wire up to a toggle switch, and then from that toggle switch, we'll just jump it straight into a ground. So that should complete the circuit for us. Right now, the tanks are aired up. I went ahead and just kind of hooked everything up this morning and filled up the tank. It's holding pressure. I've sprayed some soapy water on all the fittings. We don't have any bubbles, and it's holding up pretty good. I individually, I took I've got a wire here that I hooked straight to the positive on the battery, and I touched it to the open solenoid on each one just to put some air in the bags, put a little bit of pressure on it so they're setting up. And now we're going to hook up the switch here. Okay, so the way that I hooked this up last time, I just kind of got like the cheapest switch that I could find online. Some of these things are pretty expensive. I think I got this one for like 75 bucks, which is pretty decent. So it comes with this big plug. This is the second one that I've used. This plug goes to, I don't know, whatever that thing goes to. But for our application, I just cut this thing right off, and then we got a positive and a ground in there somewhere. And then I can't remember the wires that I used on the green truck over there, so we're just going to figure it out again. I just take like a wire from, we'll start with the front driver side up there, and I'll hold down whatever one. You can wire this thing either way. You can do it this way or do it that way. I think that's the normal way, but I always do it, I like doing it upside down. I like it better like that, so the wire comes out the bottom and it ain't kind of like weird when you're holding it up. But whatever, you can do it either way. So what I do is I'll just I'll hold this button down right here while I take the wire from the down solenoid, and I just touch it to random wires on here until something happens. And then when it hits it, I know that is the down one. And then I'll do the same thing with up. I'll hold up on that same one and touch wires until it jumps up. And then you've got your up and the down on that side. We'll tape those up, and then same process on the other three corners. You know, this will be, you don't have to worry about these. They're joined together inside this thing. So you'll go to your front passenger side, hold it down and touch a wire, hold it up and touch a wire. This is, you get it. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I went and got wire this morning also, so I'm going to lift it back up and go ahead and get all of our wiring underneath. We got 4 wires under there, one from each solenoid, and we're just going to join them together. We're going to cut a little hole in the bottom of the cab, run it up and into the controller inside there somewhere, and then we'll get in there and show the other part. Alright, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it goes something like, I think this pink one is going to be our power supply. We're going to hook it up to a fuse. Yeah, a little fused wire coming off the battery or to your key, something in there, just somewhere where you're getting power. And then, so they're kind of grouped together. So I think this white and this yellow is going to be like front left up and down. The one under it's going to be front right up and down. And then these two right here is going to be like back left up and down, and these two will be back right, up and down, something like that. Kind of give us an idea, but definitely want to, this pink one is going to be our power to our power source. And then we'll probably start with these. We'll probably cut these two, and I bet you that one's going to do this front side right here, up and down. Unless we've got it reversed. I like to reverse mine, so it could be, you know, just set it however you want to do it. Hit the button wherever you, whatever one you want to be front, right there, you know, like that. And then so, if you want this one, you want it to be that way, then you're going to hit this one, hold it down until this one drops down, and then that one until that one drops down. Okay, let's get a power source. We're going to, I'm just going to run a little wire straight from the battery down into the cab there. That'll be the easiest, because this thing has got, we still got to do some wiring to this truck, you know. Look in the floorboard there. We have got some random crap going on. I don't know what the heck none of that is, but we'll figure it out. So I'm just going to run a fresh new wire from there. I'm going to run it under the carpet, under the seat, pop it out under the seat, and then that's where we're going to do all of our connections right there. All right, first thing we're going to do is drill a hole behind this seat where we want all of our wiring to come in and out, and put a little rubber grommet there. So I've got the window down over here in the seat forward. I'm going to reach in and drill a hole all the way through. I'm going to do it from in here, because if I do it out there underneath, I might hit the gas tank. Don't want to do that. All right, we might not even have to drill a hole. It looks like there's a rubber plug there already, so I'm going to get some pliers and pull that plug out. Okay, that's not wanting to come out. This isn't going as planned. Need to scoot this seat forward a little bit. Well, I can't find my seat scooter up. Alright guys, we got our hole now. You can see it's right there. Right there. Yeah, you can't see it. Let's see. Okay, there it is, yeah. That's our hole. So that's where we're going to shove all of our wires through. We're going to have 5 wires, because we're going to have a power coming in. So let's get the truck back lifted up, and we'll get all those joined together and routed nice and poked through. All right, so we got ourselves some wire here. Some nice, let's see if we can get this on here. We've got some, oh, wrong wire. Okay, now we're back with hopefully the right stuff. Yeah. So I just got some speaker wire here. I got a roll of it. It is, I don't even know. I don't know what gauge it is. 16 gauge. Just some speaker wire that's close to the same gauge as this solenoid right here. We got 25 foot of it, so it comes in a 2-piece right there. There's one on each side, so I'm going to split it, jump it to one. That way we have a nice clean black wire running all the way back up to our spot. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay guys, so actually I was wrong. I don't know what I was thinking. There's going to be 8 wires running in, because there's 2. There's going to be one, there's got to be a power that ups it and a power that downs it. So there's going to be 2 from each corner. So that's going to be 8 wires coming in. So again, like I said, we've got this double speaker wire here that I've tore all the way down. That way we could run it all in one group all the way up. Okay, now if you got your wires and they're in a pair like this, make sure you can always tell which one is which. This one right here, one side is smooth all the way around, and this side's kind of like almost like the shape of the letter D. It's not so much round, and then it has these lines on it too. So for all four corners, just to help us, I'm going to know that all the ones with the lines on it is for down and the smooth is up. So we'll find the solenoid that makes us go up, which is going to be this first one right here. It's going to be the smooth one. I'm going to just twist that in, and then we'll tape the hell out of it. Okay, this one right here is our down. Twist it up real good, and then we'll tape the heck out of these things and send them up front. All right, now we're getting this front one. We've got both of our back solenoids ran all the way up. I don't know if you can see in this shot, but it's right here. Yeah, you can kind of see. That's both of the lines coming from the back for our switch. So we've got this front one, and we've got the passenger side front one we got to do. Just getting these wired up right now. Gonna put a little tape on them. I know some of you guys are saying, but Chris, you didn't solder that. You should have soldered it. It's okay, don't worry. See these little metal turn downs on there? I pushed them down. That sucker's not going nowhere. That, plus, I don't got a soldering gun right now. That, plus, like, what if you don't got a soldering gun? Tape works pretty good too. Boom, we got that sucker all taped up. Now we're going to, I had to drill another hole. There was a little plug we pulled out. I drilled another hole there and put that grommet in there so that way we don't chafe up our wires. So we're gonna take the wiring from this, poke it through there and give us enough slack to hook it into the controller. And we've got 3 out of the 4 corners done. Okay guys, we're back here this morning. We got a lot accomplished last night or yesterday. We got the switch box installed. We've got the gauges installed in there. Well, it's just one gauge, but it's a digital one for the air pressure to the tank and to the bags. We got that installed. I didn't feel much of that. It's kind of a boring process. I spent probably like 4 or 5 hours just cutting and stripping wires and twisting wires together and taping wires together, and it was a whole long process. So I didn't feel none of that. You guys get the idea. I told you cut one wire and you touch it and you hit the button until it goes up or down. Well, we got all that figured out now. Got the switch fully installed. Let me show you guys here. Okay, we got the switch box installed there. It was we got it all wired up. Here's a flashlight. Wired it all up behind the seat. Look, we got a flashlight right here. You can see I need to straighten up those wires a little bit, but got that, and then we pulled out the gauges there so that I could get in and drill a hole up in there to put our little air pressure gauge right there. We got it all wired in. You have to run. It's got these little fittings that are, I guess, for the digital that screw in where your pressure gauge would go, and it's got a wire. It plugs into it. There's one here and one on each corner. So we had 5 of those that had to run up and come in, and then there's a 6th one that comes out of the back, and we've got to run a ground wire and a power wire to that, and it'll come on. So we've got that. I think we're going to try to drive this thing to a little local car show tomorrow. We're definitely going to take the green Lincoln out, but this thing's close enough to where if I slap on those headlights and the hood and a couple other little things today, we could probably cruise this thing to the car show tomorrow. It's maybe 5 miles from my house, so we'll see. Well, for today, our project is going to be, we need to go ahead and get those gauges finished installed. We're going to put the hood on today, probably the headlight stuff, just try to get the bumper, just try to get everything cleaned up, and we need to mount down our compressor and our tanks, our compressors and our tank. They're still just sitting there. Clean up our wiring here, clean up some of this stuff, and then I think she'll be ready to take for a little cruise in. Well, all right, I'm going to get some tools together, and I'm going to start getting some power going to that gauge right there. We're going to need a little gauge like this. Hey, there's my little pick. I've been looking all over for that thing. We're We're going to need a little gauge like this so that way we can check the back of our key switch for 12 volts when we turn the key on. We'll just stick this to a ground. We'll just touch this to the back of to a couple of the plugs on the back of the key switch until we find one that comes on when we turn the key on. That's where we're going to run our power to. Okay, so we got our key switch right here. We need to get to the wiring in the back so that we can see which one comes on when we turn the key. There's a couple different ways to do this, but I'm going to take this thing out so that we can get this down and in our hand, and we'll be able to test all the wires without getting in a weird, uncomfortable position. If we can get this thing out all the way. So if you've not done this before, you can see this is how you do it. Stick you a little screwdriver in that groove and just unspin it. And some of these wires are terrible, and I don't know if you can see good, but this is our yeah, but we've got a wire hanging out the back right here, ground. Looks like it's probably getting the connection that it's supposed to, but let's find a good ground. This will probably be that. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but so the wire that's sticking out there, that's a power wire, and it's kind of exposed some. I don't know if you can see it. You can't in the video, but maybe. It's right there, this yellow one. It's exposed for probably a 1/4 inch, and that is our constant hot. So we need to fix that. And then, so it looks like there's a thick black wire with a green line and a blue one running into it. That one is switched 12 volt. So I think we can jump into that one, do a double check just to verify. But let's see, we touch it, nothing. Turn the key on, boom, it comes on. So I think that's where we're going to get our power from. Alright guys, look at here. She is damn near done. We've got the Crown Vic wheels on the back now. We've got the hood on, cleaned up the interior. She's pretty much done. Got a few little things to do here and there. We've got to get the front headlights working. The back tail, brake lights, blinkers, all that stuff's working. But something's weird and these lights won't turn off. I don't know what's up with that. If you guys have any idea, let me know. I've checked the little button at the brake pedal, mashed it in, jumped it from one side to the other, and it's not changing anything. So we'll get it figured out, no big deal. But here she is, she's looking good. I've got it up right now, setting up. It's at about, I think the front is at about 50 PSI, and the back is at about maybe 70. She's setting up pretty good. We just washed it. Everything's looking good in the back. We've got the compressors bolted down now. Everything's bolted down. Everything's looking good. Show you the inside. We still got to, we're going to order some carpet for the floor and a headliner because we don't have a headliner. But other than that, she's pretty clean. That seat's nice and clean. The dash is busted up like usual, but not too terrible. The radio does work. Pretty neat. We threw a little speaker. There was a wire just hanging in the floor where they probably used to have a speaker. So I set a speaker there so we can listen to some little tunes while we're riding. Well, she's looking really good. Got the wood grain. Got the Explorer badge. The wood grain there. It's even got the little sticker right here. It says it has 31,000 miles. And I kind of believe it because she's pretty solid, man. I mean, it's got some surface rust, but overall, like nothing's rusted through. Like down here in the cab corners, where it's usually rusted through, they're solid as hell, man. All right, I'll dump it all the way down and let you guys see it. All right, that's her dumped all the way down. You can see there she gets pretty low. The bumper sitting on the ground back here. Well, it's not now. Maybe it's because of the angle of the parking lot, but where I was parked at earlier, it was sitting on the ground. Oh well, close enough, man. That's pretty cool. See that? In the front, that's as low as it's gonna go. Unless you guys got any tips to bring that down a couple more inches. But overall, looks pretty cool, man. I'm digging it. Like the color. I think we're gonna tape it up, spray some clear coat on it, some gloss clear coat right over it. I think it'll look good. Clear coat the inside. Probably gonna put some white walls on here. I found some 3-inch white walls that I think will look really cool on there. Heck yeah, man. She's turned out pretty cool, except for those damn brake lights won't go off. It's not the brake lights, it's the tail lights. When you hit the brake, they light up more, so I don't know what the heck's going on. I'll figure it out. Alright guys, that's going to do it for tonight. We did get her ready for the car show. There's a car show tomorrow. I've been busting away, man, all day long just trying to get it ready. Obviously, it still needs a bunch of other stuff, but she's good enough to get to the dang car show tomorrow. I drove it all the way to Lowe's earlier. Just probably maybe a 15-minute ride from my house. And then I drove it over to another shop before I brought it home. So we probably rode it maybe 30-45 minutes earlier, and she did pretty good. So yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna drive that one, and Kathy's probably gonna drive that one, and then Ian is going to drive, if you can see that, Ian's gonna drive that one. So we're gonna have 3 bumps at the show tomorrow. Pretty excited about that. Well, all right guys, I'll film some of the show tomorrow and show you guys some of the cars that's there. All right, we're heading to a little local car show. I'm in green Lincoln truck. Kathy's up front, yellow Ranger. She's doing good up there, see? Oh shit, I better get up. Heck yeah. All right, I'm gonna focus on the road. I'll show you guys some more footage when we get there. Alright guys, we made it out here. We got our spot right there. Got both trucks sitting low. Looking cool. Go ahead and shut this hood up here. Oh, there's Josh over there. I think he showed up with the Herbie. I'll give you guys a quick walkthrough of all the cars. Excuse me, guys. Alright guys, we made it out here to the car show. There's a lot of cars out here. Whole bunch, probably like 50 or 60. There's Kathy over there hiding. But it's a pretty nice day, nice and calm out here today. We're gonna go get a drink.
Personality, okay? Also,
oh, hey sir.
You want to know if he has his own personality?
Going up here and get a drink. I'm getting thirsty as heck. Get a little hungry. Still got about 3 more hours left of this show. Shows last long, man. It's like 9 to 4, I think. It's really gonna be 9 to 5 by the time they get out all the trophies. Look at all the cars out here. Got a lot of tension on yellow and green truck today. People seem to like it. All right, we're gonna keep on walking up to the front. Get a drink. We got quite a haul to get a drink. Turn around and look. It's way the heck back there. Doing cornhole tournament and food and drinks back there. So we got a little walk. Dang, man, it's hot as heck out here. We've been out here for like 6 hours. It's almost trophy time though. So we're gonna get our chairs and head up to the front, and hopefully we got a trophy today from one of the trucks. If not, still had a good time. But let's get our stuff together and get on up here.
All right, here we go, guys. Let's again. All right. Second annual Oldies Days Car Bike Show.
All right, guys, we're heading back to the shop. We didn't win no trophy today, but it's all good. We had a heck of a time hanging out with some buddies and catching up. It's always a good time hanging out with those fellas. But Kathy's up there in the front driving Yellow Ranger back. We'll see you guys back at the shop. What is up, guys? Good morning. We are going to pull the yellow truck up in here today, and I think we're going to tape off everything and get ready to spray some clear coat on it. That's the next project with it. Just tape off all the trim, the grill. We could probably take out the tail lights, and stuff that we can take off, we'll take off. But you can see it here, sitting in the shade this morning. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to tape up everything, go to O'Reilly and grab some clear coat, and we're just going to blast clear coat all over this thing. It'll look good enough. And yeah, that's the project for today. Just get everything taped up. Let's lift her up, get her up there in the shop. We'll get to it. All right, guys, we got her up here in the shop. Got the compressor running back there. Got a couple things to get out of the back from the car show, our chairs and our canopy. But other than that, we're gonna just tape up our trim, tape up anything that's trim. We're gonna take off probably the tail lights and the reflectors and anything we can tape off or take off. Tape off all this crap. Tape off the grill. We may take off the bumper, that way we don't have to tape nothing. I can just spray that with clear coat right there. All right, guys, that's actually gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this video. We've got a lot accomplished in this video. We took it to the car show. We got the truck running, got it bagged out, so she's a driver now. So yeah, everything's coming along really good on the old yellow truck back there. You can see she's already got that clear coat on it, a little sneak peek, but turn around so you can't see that. Yeah. If you like the video, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.